At 82, Stefanie Powers finally tells the truth about William Holden. Stefanie Powers was born November 2 and 1942 in Hollywood, California, and became one of the most famous and long-lasting stars in American movies and TV shows. Growing up right in the middle of the movie business, she learned early about the magic of movies, theater, and the fancy life of Los Angeles during the best time of Hollywood. Her Polish and Hungarian family background mixed with the rich culture of Southern California gave her a special way of looking at things and made her want to work in the arts. From when she was a teenager, she showed amazing calm confidence, charm, and a clear star quality that showed she was meant to become famous. Her early work started with small parts in movies and TV shows during the late 1950s and early 1960s. When Hollywood was changing from its old studio way into a more experimental modern time. Stefanie signed a deal with 20th Century Fox, which let her improve her skills and be in shows that gave her the practice she needed to build confidence as an actress. She was in movies such as Experiment Interor 1962 and McClintock 1963, next to movie legends like John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara. These early chances not only showed her talent but also made her known as an actress who could work well with big stars. Even though she was in movies, it was TV shows that would make her famous and bring her into millions of homes across America. Powers became a household name with parts in many popular TV shows of the 1960s and 1970 seconds, including The Girl from Unsekel, where she played April Dancer, a cool spy whose charm and smartness made her an instant fan favorite. This part really showed her ability to mix drama, action, and comedy, a skill that would help her well throughout her career. Her most famous part, however, came in 1979 with the hit show Hart, where she starred next to Robert Wagner. As Jennifer Hart, the fancy and adventurous wife of a rich businessman, Stefanie Powers showed glamour, smartness, and class. The chemistry between her and Wagner was clear to see, and together they became one of TV's most loved pairs. Hart ran for 5 successful seasons and made several reunion movies, making Powers' place in pop culture history solid. Fans loved her acting, not only because of the mysteries she helped solve on screen, but also because she was a nuke and female character equal to her husband in smartness, bravery, and importance beyond her acting work. Stefanie Powers showed a deep care for helping others and good causes. One of the most important parts of her personal life was her relationship with actor William Holden, with whom she shared a deep love of wildlife protection. After Holden's death in 1981, she gave herself to continuing his work by starting and leading the William Holden Wildlife Foundation in Kenya. This group became her life's passion, letting her combine her celebrity power with meaningful work in environmental and animal protection. She spent countless hours teaching future generations about how important it is to save endangered animals and protect natural homes, proving that her legacy went far beyond the screen. In addition to her wildlife work, Powers has been a fighter for health awareness, especially after her own personal troubles. She bravely faced a cancer diagnosis, having surgery and treatment with the same strength and grace that defined her career. Instead of hiding from public life, she used her experience to inspire others and to promote how important early detection and medical research are. Over the years, Stefanie Powers has received widespread love, not only for her artistic achievements, but also for her strength, generosity, and passion for causes greater than herself. She has written an honest and heartfelt book, One from the Heart 2010, in which she thinks about her extraordinary career, her relationships, and her life lessons. The book gives readers a personal look into her personal journey, showing her courage in facing trouble and her never giving up commitment to living with honesty. Stefanie Powers' personal life has been marked by both famous relationships and deep commitments to causes close to her heart. Her first important marriage was to actor Gary Lockwood, a marriage that lasted from 1966 to 1972. Lockwood, best known for his part in 2001, A Space Odyssey, shared a time off her early adulthood in Hollywood, and thought their marriage ended in divorce. It was an important chapter in Powers' personal growth and understanding of partnership in the crazy entertainment world. The experience helped shape her way of thinking about relationships and gave her insights that would influence her later life and helping others work. After her divorce from Lockwood, Powers started a very important and life-changing relationship with actor William Holden, a well-known person in Hollywood, whose career went on for decades and included legendary performances in movies such as Sunset Boulevard and Stalag 17. Their relationship began shortly after her divorce and lasted until just before Holden's death. In 1981, Powers has talked about this connection as very meaningful, describing Holden as her soulmate, which shows the depth of emotional and spiritual connection they shared. Beyond the personal side, their relationship grew into a shared passion for wildlife protection, a cause that would come to define much of Powers' life and legacy. Together, they worked to make people aware of endangered animals and environmental preservation, combining Holden's fame and Powers' dedication to create meaningful projects. Holden's death in 1981 was a very important moment in Powers' life, marking not only the end of a personal relations, but also the beginning of a major helping others mission. The following year, she founded the William Holden Wildlife Foundation, a lasting tribute to his memory and a way for her commitment to protecting wildlife. Under her leadership, the foundation tried to support wildlife projects worldwide and make sure endangered animals were saved. Powers also became a director at the Mount Kenya Game Range and Wildlife Conservancy in Nanyuki, Kenya, where she watched over efforts to save natural homes and support animal welfare. Her work was not limited to Africa. In the United States, she made strong ties with the Cincinnati Zoo and the Atlanta Zoo, giving her time, knowledge, and public fame to help conservation projects. Powers has traveled a lot as an international guest speaker, giving talks, lectures, and presentations to teach audiences about how important wildlife preservation is and to inspire group action for environmental causes. Her fighting for causes shows a lifelong commitment that goes far beyond celebrity involvement, showing hands-on dedication, smart leadership, and a heartfelt passion for the planet and its creatures. On the personal side, Powers found love again later in life. On April 1, 1993, she married French aristocrat Patrick de Laszlo, born May 7, 1951 in Versailles, France. Their marriage, which connected Powers to European high society and offered a cross-cultural part to her personal life, lasted until 1999. Following that divorce, she started another meaningful relationship with Tom Carroll, an accountant with whom she shared nearly 15 years of companionship. Their partnership lasting until Carroll's death in August 2014 was a time of stability and personal happiness for Powers, giving her both emotional support and shared experiences outside of the public eye. Even in her personal relations, Powers' life shows a balance of love, dedication, and strength, mixing the complexities of Hollywood experience with a deep commitment to humanitarian and environmental causes. Through thetic expenses, her marriages, relationships, and helping other supports, Stefanie Powers comes out notably as a celebrated actress, but as a woman whose personal life and professional legacy are deeply connected with compassion, dedication, and a lifelong pursuit of meaningful impact, particularly in wildlife protection. At 82, Stefanie Powers, the elegant and timeless actress best known for her famous part in Hart, has finally opened up about one of the most defining relationships of her life. Her romance with the legendary actor William Holden. Powers, who has always been honest yet careful about her private life, spoke with a rare openness and honesty, showing the deep impact Holden had on her both personally and professionally. "He was my soulmate in every way," Powers said, her voice filled with memories. "It wasn't just a romance. It was a connection that felt eternal, something that words can barely capture." Her thoughts give a deeply personal window into a love that stayed mostly private for decades, despite both of them being famous Hollywood people whose lives were always being watched. Powers first met Holden in the early 1970s, shortly after her divorce from actor Gary Lockwood. "I was going through a time of change in my life," she remembered, "and then William came along, completely unexpected, and it changed everything." Their relationship grew quickly, not in the bright Hollywood lights or through tabloid headlines, but in quiet, meaningful moments. "We had a language between us that no one else understood," she said. "It was a friendship that went beyond the usual celebrity romance. It was built on respect, understanding, and a shared love for the world around us." Powers often describes Holden not just as a partner, but as a teacher and inspiration. He encouraged her to follow her passions beyond acting, including her lifelong interest in wildlife protection, an area where they would later make a lasting impact together. Their bond, however, was not without its challenges. Hollywood in the 1970s was a hard place, and public watching was relentless. We learned to protect our love, to keep it sacred, Powers said. It wasn't always easy. There were pressures, misunderstandings, and the weight of expectations, but through it all, we had each other. Powers said that Holden's presence in her life was life-changing. He taught me patience, courage, and how to embrace life fully, even when it wasn't predictable. Their connection went far beyond romantic attachment. It was deeply rooted in shared values and mutual respect. Powers revealed that their love gave her a deep sense of stability during a crazy time in her career, a grounding force in the chaos of the entertainment industry. Following Holden's tragic death in 1981, Powers was left to navigate the world without him, a loss she described as immeasurable. Yet, even in grief, she found purpose. By the following year, she founded the William Holden Wildlife Foundation, honoring his memory and their shared passion for wildlife preservation. I wanted to create something lasting, something that reflected what we cared about most, Powers said. It was a way of keeping his spirit alive while making a real difference in the world. The foundation, which has supported countless conservation projects, stands as a testament to their enduring bond, reflecting a love story that went beyond life itself. Looking back on their relationship with the wisdom of age, Powers admits that there were lessons learned that continue to shape her life today. Love isn't just about passion or excitement. It's about depth, commitment, and the courage to be felicine, she thought. William assured that kind of love, the kind that don't fade. Even decades later, now at 82, Powers speaks with the wisdom and grace of someone who has truly experienced a once-in-a-lifetime connection. I never regretted a moment with him, she said. He was my heart, migwide, and my soulmate. And even now I feel his presence in the work I do, the choices I make, and the love I continue to carry for the world, for fans and admirers. Stefanie Powers' honest revelations offer more than just a glimpse into Hollywood romance. They provide a deep meditation on love, legacy, and the enduring bonds that define a lifetime. Her story with William Holden reminds us that some connections are not merely quick. They are eternal, living on in memory, action, and the quiet spaces of our hearts. In November 2008, Stefanie Powers, the beloved actress best known for her famous part on Hart, got life-changing news. She was diagnosed with alveolar cell carcinoma, a pretty rare and aggressive form of lung cancer. This diagnosis marked a very important moment in her life, making her face both the physical challenges of a serious illness and the emotional weight that comes with facing Oni's mortality. Powers, who had smoked for about 20 years earlier in her life, showed the unfortunate connection between long-term smoking and the start of certain types of lung cancer. Her diagnosis showed that even with a careful lifestyle later on, the effects of smoking could stay for decades. For an actress whose career went on over half a century, this news was particularly shocking as it forced her to deal not only with her health, but also with her identity, strength, and the uncertainty of her future. Just a few months after getting this diagnosis, Powers had a critical surgical procedure on January 29, 2009 to remove a part of her right lung. The surgery, both physically hard and emotionally difficult, was a decisive step in her fight against the disease. Lung surgery of this size involves careful precision as surgeons must carefully remove the cancerous tissue while keeping as much of the lung's function as possible. For Powers, this operation was not only a medical treatment, but also a testament to her determination to survive and continue her life with energy even in face of a scary health crisis. The recovery time following such surgery is often long and challenging, involving weeks of rest, careful watching, and gradual rebuilding of lung capacity and overall stamina. Powers approached this phase with her typical strength and grace, drawing on the inner strength that had found both her personal life and professional career for decades. The deep emotional strain of this time was a deeply personal loss. The death of her mother in the very same month as her surgery, Powers' mother passed away at the remarkable age of 96 in Los Angeles due to pneumonia, an event that layered grief upon an already stressful time. The simultaneous experience of having a major medical procedure while mourning the loss of a parent created an unequally difficult emotional landscape for Powers to navigate. Her mother had lived a long and full life, and losing such a central figure undoubtedly brought a mixture of sadness and reflection, reminding Powers of the fragility of life and the importance of cherishing loved ones. This juxtaposition of battling a life-threatening illness while saying goodbye to her mother highlighted Powers's emotional strength as she managed intense physical recovery alongside deep personal grief.